Kawhi Leonard was a shot fighter by the fourth quarter, never hit a basket. He's out of gas.
With the steal, he has Giannis behind him, gets to Leonard.
Going to be the difference maker.
That was simply the luckiest shot that ever fell to win a playoff game. I don't like that guy, and it couldn't happen to a worse guy.
It's off to Leonard, defended by Simmons. Is this the dagger?
I know I exaggerated things, now I got it like that. Tuck my napkin in my shirt cause I'm just mobbing like that. You know good and well that you don't want a problem like that. You gon' make someone around me cut your body like that. No, don't do it, please don't do it. Cause one of us goes in and we all go through it. And Drizzy got the money, so Drizzy gon' pay it. Those my brothers, I ain't even gotta say it, that's just something they know.
You know, they always gas out. That happens every year.
The Toronto Raptors do not have enough offensive firepower to offset what Milwaukee will inevitably be able to throw at them.
It's over, but look at the crossover baseline. Put that up in your room, kids.
Possessions out. You see Tobias Harris starting off on Martin. Oh my goodness.
Siakam, the creativity.
Rebounding numbers in favor of Philly, 31-20.
Denied. Kawhi Leonard, the rejection. Siakam, a spicy pea slam.
I honestly think we've seen the last of the Raptors after this series because I think Milwaukee's just better.
Just one game into the series, and I'm already ready to declare this series is over. They can't beat these boys.
I think the Bucks are the best team in the league. I think they are the only team right now that would not only could beat the Warriors, but would beat the Warriors.
Middle seconds of the third. It's a 4-point game. Siakam fires. Yes! That will count.
Beat switches. Fires a long one.
Oh, my.
Nothing.
Season 2 games are enough for me to say this is a wrap. What do you see?
It definitely is a wrap. I can't see Toronto winning more than one game this series. I actually said it was over after game 1.
The thing is, and also Van Fleet and guys that's chasing Clay and Steph, if you ever get in a trail position, you're done. Because they're going to find that pick. They're going to find that Cousins. They're going to find that Kevon Looney. They're going to find the Draymond. They're going to find that big pick. And when they turn the corner, there's nothing you can do about it. You want to try to keep that crowd as quiet as possible for as long as possible because you want to keep them out of the game. Get to the fourth quarter with a 4-6-point lead and let number 2, the cornroad assassin, let him take it over from there. I promise you, if he get to the fourth quarter tonight, Skip Bayless, we're going to have a different conversation tomorrow morning.
Really? Well, he got to the fourth quarter in game 5. He got to the fourth quarter in game 2, and then he disappeared twice.
4 of 5 from the free throw line, and then again, Toronto will get possession. Even though Green had possession when he called timeout, you lose possession with the excessive timeout. Now they just have to inbound the ball, and the celebration will be underway.
And it should be a celebration both ways. This is the last time at Oracle Arena. And if I'm this crowd, I'm standing and appreciating what this team has done.
Lowry has it. Throws it into Leonard. That's it. It's over. The Raptors win. There's a new NBA. Oh, they call a foul. Leonard saying the ball should go in. As some of the fans now heading for the exits, the celebration already underway at Scotiabank Arena. It says 0-0 on the clock.
They called the foul as the ball was being released in. So,
which would be an away from the play foul.
Now the ball was already in flight. I think when they called the foul, I think they called it right there.
Leonard put it up and in. He wants the basket to count. Not that it matters. The Toronto Raptors, a terrific team all season long. Second best record in the NBA. A new coach, a new star. A number of new players. all season long, you knew they were a good team, but in the East, it was teams like Boston and Milwaukee and Philadelphia that were the more popular picks to get to the finals. But Toronto just kept getting better and better all season long, led by the brilliance of Kawhi Leonard. And here they are, about to be crowned NBA champions.
And Mike, how about Kawhi Leonard? Folks took their shots at him. Folks questioned him. They questioned his competitive spirit, how healthy he was. He didn't have to defend himself with words. He decided to do it with his actions and his play on the court. And he has turned this franchise into a champion.
It was a bold move, a bold trade by Masai Ujiri, because he is an unrestricted free agent.
Everybody scoot back. Scoot back.
And their chance, the Warriors, is make one, miss the second, throw it in, and that's why I'd have Steph Curry on the free throw line.
Well, Leonard could seal it at the line as he hits the first.
You know it's over, right?
Yes.
You're still coaching.
Crowd still here hoping for a miracle. Also here to cheer on. Leonard makes it official. Now the Warriors just inbound, and that's it. There's a new NBA champion, and it's a team from Toronto, Canada. We, the North, are now we, the champions. The Raptors, the 2019 NBA champs. Such respect from these two teams as they battled so hard for 6 games, and Kawhi Leonard and the Raptors emerge victorious. Boy, it's hard to calculate the impact this team will have in Toronto and throughout Canada. The popularity of the NBA and of basketball has skyrocketed in recent years. And future generations of Raptor fans will always tell the story of this 2019 team, their first title in franchise history. What a year for Kawhi Leonard and the Toronto Raptors. What a game tonight, and what a finals as Leonard leads Toronto to the NBA championship.
Kawhi, old show enough, the corn-rolled assassin, was true to form. And I told you, they even had Mr. Russell in attendance last night. He's one of 3 men that can say, you know what? I've been at 2 locales, and I won a title, and I've been finals MVP at both. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, LeBron James, and now Kawhi Leonard gets to have a seat at that table. He more than deserved it. It wasn't going to be close. Now, had the Golden State won 7, Skip, you might have had that thing might have been nip and tuck between Clay and Steph. But this was a no-brainer for me. Kawhi Leonard showed, and he proved it.
It was Clay, you know what was happening. Clay would have been the MVP, as I predicted. You know.
Well, your prediction is wrong because your team lost. But anyway, sure enough, he proved all his haters that he was right, that the that his quad had tendinosis, and he sat it down, and the Toronto Raptors says, what you need, Kawhi? You want Danny Green? Hey, throw in Danny Green. You want this? You want your entourage? We got you.
Yeah.
And guess what happened, Skip? It was all worth it. I don't know if Kawhi's going to stay or go, but it was worth it. They mortgaged the franchise to get him, and he rewarded them with a title. He showed he's a #1, and he can win. Not with Pop, not with Tim Duncan, Manu, or Tony Parker, because they had nothing to do with this. It was all Kawhi, and I'm happy. I'm proud to be We the North this morning.
I think that now we've gotten to a point where if we were to ever get at this stage in basketball, that thing, that thing, you know what I'm saying? If we were to ever get that guy, if you ever had but honestly though, not joking around, but if you ever had a LeBron that came here and played, I think you would see something that you've never seen before. The city is so appreciative of the efforts put forth. So it is a special place in that regard. I think that people come here, and you definitely, I know it's the winter and the taxes and all that stuff, but I think the love, you gotta feel it.
It goes on and on and on. Everybody is here waiting and watching, hoping to get a little glimpse of their favorite player.
Toronto, we are a city of champions. We're the best city in the world. I've traveled all over the world, and nothing's like Toronto.
Look at that.
If you don't live in Toronto, you have to realize that is our expressway. Right? That's right. Well, the off-ramp is now becoming an on-ramp for viewing.
It's amazing. Everybody's out. I don't believe nobody went into work today. Or they got the first little hours of their day off. But look at it. It's crazy. Thank you, Toronto. Thank you, Canada, for the support. We did it.
Mr. Van Vliet Sr.
Call him champion.
Mr. Champion Van Vliet Sr. Yes, sir. What have the last few days been like for you?
It's been a blur, man. Just trying to enjoy it. It's been a heck of a ride just to get to this point, and now it's time for us to enjoy all the work that we put in. Look at these people, man. The ground is shaking. It's unbelievable. It's hard to put into words. You just got to look around and try to enjoy it as best you can with the fans and with the city of Toronto.
This is why we wanted to win a championship. This is unbelievable. Unbelievable. And we ain't even close to being done.
Different than I'm used to. It's not something you can ever get used to. And nothing to take away from my one that I had before. It was crazy. But obviously it's a little different. You have a whole country behind you, and it's their first championship. And supposedly 2 million people out here. I don't think they could fit that in most cities.
You've been around large crowds before, but does anything compare to the crowd you see?
Oh, no way. This is the best thing I ever seen in my whole life. It's incredible.
Everything this team been through the last couple of years, I think it was time.
Hey, coming to you live from the big city with the greatest in the world, the champions. We got one with the dip.
That was amazing.
Canada, the NBA title is yours!
I just want to say thank y'all for welcoming me here. After the trade with open arms, man, it made my experience that much better. This group of guys let me do what I do on the floor. Coach Nick let me do what I do. And now we got a championship. Thank you. And like they said, enjoy this moment, and have fun with it. Ha, 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 ha.
Yeah!
What do you make of this move by Kawhi, not only going to the Clippers, but also getting Paul George to leave the Thunder and join him?
Well, I think it was a power move of epic proportions, and I think one of the people that you can credit, obviously, is LeBron James in a roundabout way. The fact that he's in L.A. at the Staples Center, the fact that he's in L.A. at the Staples Center and ultimately facilitated Anthony Davis arriving in Los Angeles with him, put the Clippers in a tremendous bind. Clearly, they wanted Kawhi Leonard desperately. He's a superstar and a top 5 player in the game. Nobody's denying that. But the other thing that you have to take into consideration is that if you don't get him, then you're talking about the possibility, the threat of Kawhi Leonard being able to still be in the same arena, in the same city, playing with LeBron James, as opposed to you. And if you're the Clippers, you've got the richest owner in the sport. Your right-hand man is arguably the greatest executive in the history of the sport. And you have a Hall of Fame caliber coach in Doc Rivers. You got all of that at your disposal. And still, you're the fair-weather stepchild compared to the Los Angeles Lakers because all the stars came to them instead of you. Obviously, the Clippers could not allow that. So that's why not only was Kawhi Leonard able to facilitate his arrival in L.A., but he did so by ensuring that Paul George arrived with him, and the Clippers were willing to surrender what amounts to 5 first-round picks and 2 players. Unbelievable move on Kawhi Leonard. Unbelievable power play.